Hi, I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr, and today I'm going to give you a very basic overview between the DJI Phantom series and the Yuneec Q500 series. All that coming up on Videos by Andy right now. I have to say, I like DJI Phantom products. However, I'm not real thrilled with their management and the way they treat their customers. For example, when there's software or firmware updates or whatever, it seems to be a very confusing situation of what to do what and what to do when. It seems that the decisions that are made in China are not communicated well, or the management that is located in the United States, they're not doing a good job of communicating it to the consumer. And I was happy when I started reading about a new product line from Yuneec in their Q500 series. Now, to be honest with you, until just a few weeks ago, in fact, it was a moderator on a DJI forum that told me about Yuneec. I've never heard of them. As I did research into them, these guys are in the aviation business, and they are evidently pioneering some battery-operated, full-sized airplanes. So it makes sense that they are in the quadcopter business because they know quite a bit about aviation. Look at the size differences. Now, this is a Phantom 2 Vision Plus. This thing is more than a year old. I really like this copter. It's stable, easy to fly, at least it was for me. 1080p, I was getting good results off of this thing, but it was reliable to me. However, I did a trick with it. Once I got it flying stably after a few firmware and software upgrades, I stopped upgrading, and it was stable to me. It works. It's never let me down. Any issues I've had have been user issues, not manufacturer issues. One thing I really like about this is the battery. On the back of the battery, there is 4 LEDs on here that at a touch of a button you can see how much battery power is remaining. This is great if you have something on the shelf and you grab it and you don't remember when it came on and off the charger. It's just a very, very well designed unit. Now, look at the Yuneec right here. This is noticeably larger. Now, the funny thing is the weight, and again, I don't have the specs right here in front of me, the weight is fairly similar on this. This might have just maybe a few ounces or so in it. I'm sure somebody can fill me in on the exact specs. This is just a tad bit heavier. I found on this thing that this is very easy to fly, to take off, to land, you know, based on your skill level. But it's designed for people who are just getting into the world of quadcopters because it has 2 modes on their controller. And we're going to get to the controller differences in a moment. That is both a rabbit, which is their fast mode, and it's really not that fast. It's a lot slower than this, and a turtle mode, which slows everything down, making it ideal for a first timer. Now, in terms of the sophistication of the software, I have to tell you, I like DJI's better. I like that you get to bring your own product to play. In a moment, again, I keep saying this, I'm going to get to the controllers. The big pro on Yuneec at this point is their customer service. Now, you read the forums, you see anything that you know, it's all out there for people to see. If you're a Phantom owner and you have a basic question and they're not finding the answer on the forum, so you really just want to get a good solid answer from the manufacturer, it can be a nightmare. They have very little, if any, tech support that is English-based. Everything's Chinese-based. Emails, when there's can be confusing. You try to get somebody on the phone, it's near impossible. Now, when I ordered this, as I was waiting for it to come in, it took about 5 days. I read up on all the manuals, everything I could read online, watched a lot of videos, and I did have a couple basic questions. I called Yuneec, and after pressing 3 for customer service tech support, I got Liz on the phone. Now, Liz is kind of your, at least in my case, was your first contact, and then she farms your call out. I was getting responses. Now, granted, I got my response via email, but when I learned that once you get a customer support person's email address, then all you have to do is send an email. Because I had one other question come up, I had a response within 3 hours. Now, that is raising the bar. DJI has a lot further to go in this regard. So I'm just getting started with Yuneec, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know her better. I haven't tried altitude, pushing limits. I'm a little bit more conservative, and I look at this for the photography purposes. So this is just my start. There'll be more videos on this later. Now, let's take a look at the two controllers. Whoa, it's like magic. Okay, over here you have the Yuneec Q500 controller, which is also known as the ST10 or the ST10 Plus. And over here, this is, again, my copter's a year old, but this was the basic DJI controller. Now, you look at the first obvious thing. This is larger, and this is a different color. This is one piece, this is multiple pieces. Now, let me explain a little bit of how this works here. On the DJI controller, I like the size of it. It feels comfortable in your hands. I still have the paper on here. I don't know why. I know what my controls do. It feels better in the hand. It does not come with the strap. You supply your own. It's always a good idea to do that. We can have it hanging off your neck on here. I've noticed that the white color makes it feel cooler. Possibly it's the inner workings of the Yuneec that are warmer here. Now you got a lot going on here. Now granted, this has changed on newer DJI models, but this was a place where you could clip your iPhone, you could take adapters on here and put your iPad. Personally, I like the concept of flying like this, the screen in front of me, put a screen sunshade on it. I like that. It just seems to allow you to keep line of sight and your eyes going up and down to the screen to see the various controls, and of course your video much easier. It also has this Wi-Fi box that's on the outside here. This needs to be charged, this needs to be charged, and of course your own personal device does. On the Yuneec, only one thing needs to be charged. You plug it in, it takes a few hours, it goes from a blinking blue indicator to a solid blue indicator, and you're good to go. Now, this strap on here comes with it, and I gotta tell you, I've flown this for 2 days. It's gone. The reason is it's just kind of too easy for it to come off. I think it's nice that Yuneec came up with an all-in-one situation that gives you 2 batteries, a charger, your strap, even a sunshade, which I have to show you in a moment, the carrying case, everything you really need to get started, all for one price. In fact, the price I paid for this, $1,400, was around the same price. I think I paid a little bit less for a brand new Phantom 2 Vision Plus, which is only HD, out the door with 1 battery. And of course, you had to buy extra batteries from there. Now, let's talk about the screen on this one. I already told you that on the DJI, you bring your own screen. Whether you're using Apple or Android, whatever, DJI, their software kind of goes like that. You bring your own. You get to control what your video is. This is an Android system, and if you look at the screen size, and I know we're far away here, we'll see what we can do in post-production to make you see this. The screen size is pretty close to that of an Apple 6 Plus. Now here's the difference. I can see this screen a little bit better outdoors than I can see this one. Well, not to fear, because Yuneec included a sunshade. And this is quite unique for Yuneec. Okay, this little flat thing folds open. It has suction cups. Now remember, put your strap on before you put your hood on here. I'll just take it off. It just suction cups right down. Is it a perfect solution? Absolutely not, but it is included. I'll tell you what I don't like about it. First of all, it does shade the sun from getting it, but you have to go in here to make any adjustments. You can't do that. It would have been nice if this would have just been 3-sided. You could have done the same thing. I wonder if there's a way to mod this down. That way you can come up underneath it and hit the buttons. I still, and again, I got to stick with my own opinion, I like the screen up top. It'd be nice if that kind of modification can come out. If you're looking to get into quadcopters, DJI has been around probably the longest of, or is probably the best known name of all the quadcopters out there. But Yuneec, let me tell you, it's a name to watch right now. Now, if you look through my archive of videos, my first flight on it wasn't perfect, but I just went out and did my second flight. I'm much more impressed. The proof in the pudding will be a little bit over time as you become more familiar and you try to get the shots to see how how they come out for you. Now, I'm confident in my usage on the DJI Phantom series. I know when I'm getting a shot how the bird will react. Now, today was a very light wind, about 5 knots. Got to see how this reacts. We'll do some ongoing reviews on the Yuneec products later. For videos by Andy.com, I'm the Gadget Guru Andy Parr, and I'll see you online and in the sky.